Hey everyone, welcome to another Artsy Weekly vlog. It is like 8 in the morning on a freaking Wednesday. I am still working on electroforming these flowers. I was working on it all day yesterday, and this is all I have to show for it. And I'm super proud of it, but this is all I could get done yesterday. And it took, to give myself some slack, because you guys know how hard I am on myself. Electroforming something takes between 4 to 24 hours. This actually took like 3 hours to get it to look like this. And it is really beautiful. So it's like a couple of spray roses, and I just love that they're like kind of weird. They're like facing different directions and they're all kind of like messed up. Pretty proud of that. But I was hoping to get 2 done yesterday because I want to be able to, get this done for next week. I know I will. It's just that I'm nervous about it. But this was the other one that I tried doing yesterday. There we go. And if you've ever electroformed before, you may have seen this sort of result where it comes out like matte and sort of salmon-y and not coppery and shiny. The instructions say that you can like polish it with brass or like a Dremel wire tool thing. We went to Lowe's yesterday and got a couple of things for that, just in case that happens again. I didn't leave that one in for that long because it was getting late and I was so hungry. So I don't know, that one might be a lost cause. Since I've done electroforming literally once before. Whenever I do something one time, I consider myself good and expert. You know what it is though, is because I think I saw, where was this? I think I saw like a recipe for something somewhere. It was a cooking class. I think I took like a baking or cooking class in high school. And I'm pretty sure that the teacher in there said something like, do the recipe once the way that you're supposed to do it, and then after that you can experiment and figure out the way that you want to do it, and make whatever changes you want to do to it. And I, for some reason, have carried that into my art. I'll do it the way I'm supposed to the first time, but after that, I consider myself a master, and I'm going to change how it works. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing some more electroforming today. I need to get started early because, like I said, it takes several hours for one piece. And you guys saw last week how many we have. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm going to do the best ones, like my favorite ones. Like there's brain celosia in there, a few roses. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. A lot of cool stuff. So I'm going to pick my favorites. I want to talk to you guys about an idea that I had. So to be honest with you guys, which, I usually am, it's just that sometimes I don't say everything, but I I have been struggling lately. I don't know what it is. It almost feels like my winter, like sad thing is happening now, which I've never had before. Like I am struggling lately, and I feel like I'm getting a lot of imposter syndrome and getting it. Like I feel a lot of imposter syndrome, where I feel like unworthy, and I feel like I'm pretending is the main thing. I feel like all of this is I know that sounds so stupid. But I feel like I'm just pretending, and at any moment the jig will be up and I will be found as a fraud. I literally, like, I don't know. To be honest, I've felt that way since the start of my channel. I've always felt like me. Like I get this. I get to do this. That doesn't make sense. And I do not want this to sound like, please pity me. Please don't. Do not. I appreciate all of your love and support, but this is more just to like talk about it and get it out there. And if anyone else feels similar, then I'm happy that I talked about it, and hopefully made you feel less alone, because that's kind of how I feel right now, is very, very alone, which I'm not. Sean is bending over backwards for me, doing as much as possible. And you know, you guys are always so supportive. And so I know that I'm not. It's all just like, it's very hard to describe, and it's hard to, like, you know, sort of work through. Um, Especially like actually work through and like film and, you know, be like, hey guys, something that I decided yesterday was that I would really like to, and I know I've said this before and I didn't do anything about it, but I would really like to like make art and sell it again and kind of have that connection with people again, where, because when I was selling stuff that I made, because I used to do like wire wrap jewelry, that was actually my main thing, and then I got into resin. But when I was selling stuff, I would write like handwritten notes, and so it was just, I kind of want to like see if I can get back into that, only not with wire wrap jewelry. I want to do tufting. No one's surprised. I love tufting. It is like one of the keys to my happiness. It is so wonderful to just zone out and create something soft and so cool. Like, I can draw anything onto this fabric, tuft it into reality, and then it's a really cool, like, soft thing. I can do mirrors, rugs, wall hangings. We were talking about in the comments of last week's vlog, we were talking about doing blankets, because I showed you guys that ghost blanket, and it did look tufted, didn't it? The little ghosty parts. So anyway, I want to get back into that, and I think that this bi-weekly upload, or like upload whenever I have a video ready, along with making art that's sort of like, I made this, and this is going to be a mirror. So it's a skeleton hand holding, when I cut this out, this is where I'm going to put the mirror. And so when you hang this on the wall, it's going to be like a really cool mirror that like a skeleton is holding. And so obviously I made this in my style, and so I want to like make art that I just want to make, you know, that I'm not necessarily filming for a video. And then I want to be able to, like, you know, sell it. So this was my long-winded explanation to, I am struggling and I have a lot of anxiety and I want to talk about it and be open about it. And also I want to make more art and sell it. And so yeah, that's my announcement for this. I'm going to do a series, I think, of tufted mirrors. Either the entire sort of series will be skeleton hands holding the mirror in like different weird ways, or it'll just be some cool tufted mirrors. And I want to, since it's July, I think I have time to tuft a few mirrors for Halloween. I want them to be all like Halloween themed, obviously. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty excited about it. I want to tell you guys so that I don't know, you hold me accountable to it and I pull through and I actually do it, because I think if I do this, that it'll be really cool. The only hurdle is I'm going to have to figure out how to ship them. I'm going to have to make like custom boxes, but I think I can do that. So we've got some skeleton fingies just holding on to the mirror, and I did some like light purple like details and like highlights on the bones. So this is the other side, the actual like tufted side. Look how cool it looks. All right, I am going to get started on setting up the next flower to be electroformed, and then I'm going to continue tufting. Same day, sometime later though. I got a new phone case. I found these, which I thought were so freaking cool. So it's like a collab between Casetify, yeah. And they did a collab with Stranger Things, and this phone case is like you can get it customized so you can have your name, but it's upside down for the upside down. I'm sorry if you have no idea what Stranger Things is, because I feel like I did this, which was, you know, Stranger Things inspired, and then, I mean, I don't know, I feel like I keep talking about Stranger Things. Got this phone case. Look at the, like, super cool packaging for it. The writing is all upside down. There's, like, demogorgons on the side. It's just, I don't know, it feels like super nice and really cool. And then on the back, it's got all of them on their bikes, and then the upside down with the Demogorgon and Will, I'm guessing. It's just such cool packaging. Ooh, very nice, very cool. Anyways, so I ran out of the dark purple. I did sketch up the next skeleton hand that I want to tuft, and so it's gonna look like this. Obviously the circle is where the mirror is gonna be, and so yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with these. The way that I've been drawing them or like coming up with them is I've been holding this, I don't know, it's some bottle cap, and so I've been holding it in the different ways to kind of like figure out how I want the tufted pieces to look. So this next one was something like this, I think. So I kept like holding up this bottle cap in my hand and then just kind of drawing out where I thought the bones and fingers and things would be. Good morning. It's the next day and I'm back at the electroforming, and so I can't remember if I told you, but I ran out of this purple color yesterday. I have a whole section here that I still need to finish. So we ran to Michael's, it was so annoying because the day before we went to Michael's and Lowe's, and then yesterday we had to go again. I swear, I live at Michael's and Lowe's. Anyway, so I needed to go get this purple, and it had to be this same exact purple. And so when we were at Michael's, I was like, well, there's 3 purples that it could be. So I got one of each, and when I was leaving, I was like, none of these are it. But when I got here, I'm honestly shocked, but I actually did get the right one. They actually had it. I was like, you know what, it's going to be my luck that they don't have the one that I need. So now I have 2 extra purple skeins of yarn. I think I told you guys that I was going to get some tufting fabric on here and tuft some of these skeleton hands on here. That's still the plan. I just couldn't do it yesterday because the tufting fabric that I have is not like big enough to fit this whole thing. It's big enough to do like a few of these. So I had to order more tufting fabric. It's been an expensive few days. But what I also did yesterday was, when I was electroforming, I was trying to electroform this. And I can't remember if I showed it to you, but it is seeded eucalyptus. And when I took it out, it was like a matte salmon-y color. Like it wasn't like this, like shiny. So I was reading that you can shine it, like when that happens, you can shine it up with, I feel like I told you guys about this, but a like brass Dremel tool. So that's what I got at Lowe's the first time we went. And it actually works. Oh, I can show you what it originally looked like. So it looked like this. It's just like matte, salmon-y kind of color. It's not shiny. And then after I used the brass Dremel tool, this is how I could get it to look. Obviously, seeded eucalyptus is not the best thing for this to happen to, because I can't like get into every little crevice with that tool, but it did work, you know, like it is shiny on the parts that I could get to. Now friggin' like 4 days in to this project, and all I have is that little stem of spray roses and a broken piece of eucalyptus. And this video is supposed to be like making a metal bouquet. I don't know. Who knows how it's going to turn out. I just spilled coffee on myself, so I think I know how it's going to turn out. I think I know now. However it turns out, I'm going to edit into a video and post it anyway. So I'm going to get to tufting and finishing this mirror. Several hours later, basically nearing the end of the day, and I finished the tufted part of this mirror. Look how freaking cool it looks. I absolutely love it. It is so satisfying. Like, I don't know. I love everything about tufting, but like when you're done with a piece and you've kind of like carved out the details to just kind of like go over it with your hands. It's so satisfying. And this piece is so cool. I can't wait to get a mirror in here, and I'm gonna have to back it with some like maybe thin wood or something, so that it's like sturdy and really holds it up. And you're gonna be wanting to like mount these on a wall or something, so definitely need to get some kind of like wood on the back. The electroforming is failing. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it won't work. Why I only got the one spray rose at the beginning to work, and I can't get anything else to work. Because everything else that I put in there comes out matte and that like salmony color that I was showing you earlier. Right now I just have the spray roses. the one stem. Anyway, okay. I am going to get the tufting framing, the small one, back like clamped onto this table, and then I'm going to stretch some new fabric on there, and get another skeleton hand going. The vlagbottery. The vlagbottery. It's been 2 days. Actually, not fully 2 days. It's the second day. I haven't like vlogged anything. Mental health at a pretty low for like summertime. I already like talked to them a little bit about it at the beginning. I feel weird. Like I don't feel like myself literally at all. I feel like a different creature inside of this body. Does that make sense? There's a couple of people working on the wall over there, so if they hear me, they're gonna be like, what the fuck are they talking about? Anyway, I started working on this, and I'm so obsessed with it. Actually, I don't even know if I showed them the finished other one. Yeah, maybe, did I show you that? Because I glued it, I cut it out, and then I carved it. I'm pretty sure you guys saw some like footage of me carving it. But this is what the first one looks like, so obviously the mirror is going to go right. Exactly. Ricky was like, you tufted that? And I was like, bitch, yes. What kind of a question is that? That's rude. So this is the next one. I know I showed you the sketch for it, but this is it, like starting tufting. I sketched it all out on here, and honestly in the viewfinder it looks really cool. I was debating like a couple of things, but I'm pretty happy with it. Like, should I put something here? Obviously I made these bones up. I don't know what the hand bones look like. I'm just making them up. I mean, honestly, like the tips of the fingers are pointy. They are definitely claws. So I'm not sure that we're talking about a human hand here. But anyway, I'm very excited. So the mirror will go here once it's all done, and this one's gonna be blue colors rather than the purple. And I don't know if I told you this part, but I do want to have like a few different colors going. I'll probably do a pink one next. I feel like that could be very cute. Yeah, the electroforming isn't working, you guys. Somebody save me. I am really done with electroforming, if I'm being truthful, if I'm being honest with you. So this is the most recent thing that whoa, that was bright, Here. This is the most recent thing that we got done. And it's not coppery. I mean, it's got copper on it, but it's really matte and like salmony and not shiny. So I think it's doing that oxidizing thing already. I feel like that's for me not like rinsing it properly.
That's what I was thinking,
but like I shook it around in there. Electroforming is hard. Especially through depression. Can you electroform through your depression? No. That's it. That's the answer.
I felt like you were setting that up like a game show host. Can you electroform through your depression? Go!
This is a story of a fallen hero.
This is the Iliad of electroforming.
Listen, I am going to live stream.
Yes.
I am. I'm going to live stream. I am going to live stream. I'm going to live stream unboxing my new sewing machine. But I just want to open part of it now.
You want to take a look at it?
Well, I'm not going to take it out.
Yeah.
I just want to like see inside. A little pair of scissors. Wow. Oh my god, is this a... Look, it's a foot thing. Where you like press down on it, it goes... It starts sewing. Ooh, and this is the embroidery thingamabob frame.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So I think what I can do is like if I wanted to do a shirt, I could like clip the part of the shirt that I want it to embroider something onto. Right? I feel like that makes sense.
Probably.
And then I'm going to be able to like embroider whatever I want it to say.
Yeah.
Like, we could come up with the funniest thing to have embroidered. Next thing I need to get actually is like an iPad. So I can draw up my own embroidery designs. Because I got like a computerized sewing machine, embroidery machine, whatever. So we'll be able to like upload designs onto it that I make myself. Won't that be cool?
That would be really cool.
Like you guys could comment the weirdest possible thing you can think of. Actually, I think Safia has done that. They have frog with knife that I think someone commented from doing that, like having people comment the weirdest thing, and someone said frog with knife, and she had it like embroidered on a shirt. And they have mugs now. It's awesome.
I love that. The Vlag battery is almost dying.
The what?
The
Vlag battery. You
right?
think?
Or maybe
It's like a book. The millennial in me is like, I'm keeping this forever.
This is a Mother's Day card.
What's in here? More doodads. Bobbins?
Mints.
This looks like a pregnancy test.
It does.
It kind of scares me. Like a COVID test. Ew.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love this little pouch for all these weird things. Embroidery thread.
Wait.
What?
New bro thread? I love it.
What if it's like broth thread?
Broth red. I guessed what type of soup you wanted. Broth red.
It's 40 spools. Ooh. Look. Look how cute it is.
Is that like a sage green? Yeah.
Start commenting weird things that we could embroider. Because like I said, I want to do a live stream where we kind of unbox this and set it up. And I was hoping all in one embroidery. I was hoping all in one stream we could set it up and then do like a test embroidery project, just like a little something funny or whatever. Can't be frog with knife. Safia's already got that.
Yeah.
We gotta
Come up with our own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
slug with knife.
That is perfect.
Slug with wand.
Aw. Oh my god, he'd be like a slug wizard.
Okay, that might be it. Try to beat that, guys. Come on.
Slug wizard. All right, it's a couple days later again. I don't think I vlogged anything yesterday. I know I touched on this at the beginning and probably the middle of I probably have talked about this throughout this vlog, but the level of struggle with my mental health that I am experiencing is honestly like something I've experienced something similar. Like I've felt this way before, but literally never during the summer. I've never felt this way during the summer. This is always like a winter thing for me. The fact that it's during the summer is so like it's making it worse, kind of, because I love summer. Summer's like one of my favorites. And I was talking to Sean yesterday about it, and I guess the way I was describing how I was feeling was coming off like from his perspective, he was just saying that it sounds like I'm taking my feelings, like my depressive feelings or my anxious feelings and thoughts, as fact. And I thought that that was kind of interesting to hear, because I guess that like when he said it and I thought about it, I was like, well, yeah, that's how I feel. Like how I feel is how I feel, you know what I mean? And the way that he was sort of describing it was sounding like your depressive thoughts are, you know, sort of like trying to convince you that you're depressed or you should feel depressed, or your anxious thoughts are trying to make you feel anxious. And if I were to just take those as fact, which is kind of what I was doing, because I was like, this is how I feel, instead of being like, that's an anxious thought. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like that sounds all kinds of backwards, but I guess it makes sense, you know, when I think about it. I think that I need to kind of work on separating myself from those thoughts and not making them like who I am in a way. Thunder. If we lose power while I'm down here, it's gonna be spooky in here. Anyway, this whole week, you know, I've tried to do like my normal thing and like, you know, make this art video of the electroforming and vlog and then work on these, which these have been like my source of happiness. These like skeleton mirror rug things that I'm making. I'm pretty excited about them, and I really love tufting because I can just draw whatever I want and zone out and listen to music or a podcast and just like make something soft. I guess I've felt similar, but like I've never felt this way before. I think, you know, I'm also doing a lot of like doom scrolling. There's just like stuff going on back to back, and for whatever reason, I doom scroll because I sort of feel the need, like it's sort of like my responsibility to like keep myself informed. Like even though doom scrolling and like finding out all of these horrible things all in one sitting and like researching and looking into these things, I feel like I have a responsibility to do that and like keep up with these things and like find resources and find places that I could help. So I sort of feel like I sacrifice my mental health in a way so that I can find where I'm needed, if that makes any sense. Like I feel privileged, period, you know, in many ways. And so I am always looking for places where I could help, or, and I'm not saying that that's like a bad thing to do. I think I do it and I take it too far where it sort of like paralyzes me. And then when that happens, I'm helping nobody. So I am trying. But for whatever reason, working on myself always feels selfish. And I think that's kind of one of the main things that I need to work on, because I know that it's not, and I can't help if, you know, I'm paralyzing myself and doom scrolling and stuff. So I think since Sean and I's conversation yesterday, I've sort of felt better in a way, because I'm kind of like recognizing those thoughts as something separate from me, and that is helping so that I can sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, sort of focus on something small that's making me happy. Anyway, I don't know if I'm making literally any sense at all. I just actually finished and outroed the electroforming video. It's just, I think I have 5 pieces, and this was supposed to be like a bouquet of flowers. This week was a struggle. They did come out kind of cool. I can show you one of them actually. So this is the brain celosia, and I think that I showed you this before, like before we actually painted, you know, the conductive paint on it and stuff. So this is what it looks like, all like coppery and electroformed. It's definitely like on the bronzy side. It's like very dark, but it is shiny. I did have to shine this one up with the Dremel tool and like a brass wire head, but it's really weird. It kind of looks like coral or something, but it is a flower called brain celosia, and it's one of my all-time favorites because it's just so weird and cool. Something I did do yesterday morning though that I feel like I really needed to do. You guys know that we got like a bike, like an exercise bike, and I like it, but to get up early in the morning just to bike, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. It felt kind of boring, and like I'm really getting up to just do this one thing. No. So we got a set of weights, and it's a really, really cool set. So it's like, it's a bar sort of that you can screw or unscrew into 3 pieces. So the 2 pieces on the end screw into the middle piece, and it makes one long bar that you can kind of do like deadlifts with and stuff, which I literally love doing. Oh my god, so much of my tension is in my shoulders and my back, so it literally is like one of my favorite workouts to do, deadlifts and like shoulder stuff, lifting. It turns into that, but also you can unscrew the 2 ends and they turn into like single, whatever you call it, just like single arm weights. And so you can do stuff with that as well. And then the weights are just separate themselves, so you can do different kinds of weights, or different kinds of workouts with this, just the weights. I had a personal trainer for a time a few years ago, and I feel like I learned a lot from her. A lot of the workouts that I still do are from the things that she showed me. I wish that I could still do that, but it was like hella expensive. But I'm really glad that I did it, because now I still do the workouts that I was taught during it, so it's nice. But yeah, I will link those weights down in the description for you because they're really cool. Alright, my camera's overheating and I need to edit this vlog anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys being here for me. I feel like I can already see the supportive comments that you guys are gonna write, so I appreciate you guys, and thank you from the bottom of my dark heart and soul. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and my art channel, and follow me on Instagram. Kinda. Follow me on Pinterest. I will link literally everything down in the description, and TikTok. It is Artsy Madwoman on all of them. You can also become a member of the Artsy Madwoman channel, where we have badges, we have emotes that I made myself, we do bonus videos, we're gonna do a bonus stream. Well, we're gonna do bonus streams. Anyway, so you can become a member. The link to become a member to the Artsy Madwoman channel is down in the description. You can also get merch if you haven't already. Here's what it looks like. I'm obsessed with it. It's legitimately so cute. The link to this is also down in the description. I love you guys to absolute death, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh my god. Goodbye.